On average, nearly 20 people per minute are physically abused by an intimate partner in the United States.
During 1 year, this equates to more than 10 million women and men, and that's according to the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence.
With October being Domestic Violence Awareness Month, Jaron Spohr spoke with those at First Step to see how big of an issue it is here locally.
And the survivor story in this report is true, but is being retold without the names of the victims for their safety.
First Step has helped an estimated 100,000 people in their 45 years in Wichita Falls.
My boyfriend and I did not have a healthy relationship. There was one day where we had gotten into an argument and he started to hit me. I left, called the First Step hotline, and was able to stay in the safe house. After a few days, I left and decided to go back. Less than a month later, there was another argument. This time, however, was different. We started arguing and he pushed me onto the couch and started hitting me. He fractured my hip as well as a few bones in my face. He had also put his hands on my throat and I couldn't breathe.
That was a retelling of just one of those stories that ended with the abuser going to prison and the victim moving to another state to be with family. But not everyone is as lucky to escape, as 72% of all murder-suicides involve an intimate partner, according to the NCADV. First Step Executive Director Michelle Turnbow says domestic violence is a major issue, not just nationally, but also here locally.
During the pandemic, that there was a 7% increase in domestic violence to the nation. In our county alone, we here at First Step have seen a 40% increase in requests for services. Our shelter holds 32 beds and it's stayed full.
One question First Step gets a lot is why doesn't the victim just leave? Turnbow says it's not that easy.
It's not always safe for someone to leave. And also, if no one in your community believes you, there's no support financially or support to rebuild, it's very hard to do so. And so you're kind of kicked back over and over. And that's the reason it takes about 7 times on an average for someone to actually leave.
In fact, of the total domestic violence homicides, about 75% of the victims were killed as they attempted to leave the relationship or after the relationship had ended, according to Domestic Abuse Shelter. So to help end this issue, the community has to work together, and Turnbow says there are key signs of domestic violence everyone should be looking for.
If you notice a lot of bruises or you notice a lot of marks, I would ask those questions. If someone's isolated, you notice that they're starting to become isolated from their family and friends. They may feel scared or anxious.
In the end, Turnbow wants everyone to know they are not alone. There are people there to help, with the ultimate goal of getting them out of their horrible situation and into a better life.
Wow, about 7 times someone will leave before they finally are able to get out. Thank goodness First Step is here. That was Jaron Spohr reporting, by the way. Now, if you or someone you know is going through a situation just like this, just call First Step for help or go to their website, and we'll have that information for you over at Texomashomepage.com.
Such an important thing they do, for sure.